that used to work for us with a brand Styles Make Fights. He literally was happy that I was in a coma. It's crazy how people over some dumb shit too. Like death is for real. That shit is final. You shouldn't joke around about shit like that. And I feel as though, oh my bad, let me get these chicks out of here. My bad, ladies. Gotta go. Death is final. And let me tell you, it's being reported that he's in the ICU. And if he's in the ICU, it's being said it's because he's in a medically induced coma. Likely because of they're trying to control what's ever going on in his brain. When you're put into a coma, basically you're in an extended dream. Some people have good trips. Some people have bad trips. It's even deeply said, not deeply said, it said, in some places, this is all theories and shit, that like when you're in a coma, depending on what you're in there for, may determine like whether you live or die. But to keep what I'm talking, to keep what it is, basically keep on topic. It didn't feel like a dream. It felt like I was in a whole nother world, getting my ass kicked by some fucking assassins. I couldn't hear what was going. It was I can put it in the words, but it would take a long time. But the point I'm trying to make is, for him to be in an induced coma, is likely something going on with his brain bleed from the punches he sustained. Likely, I'm talking from experience. It is not a good thing. And when you wake up from a coma, God, listen, people don't be waking up right. I was blessed to wake up right. Yeah, I got a little limp. Yeah, I got some scars. An extended nightmare, yes. But put it this way, I didn't know it was a nightmare until I was going motherfucking try to kill some nurses with some fucking scissors with my one good hand. I couldn't move. I was fucking paralyzed. Because when you're laying for such a long period of time, and I didn't know that in my situation, I was in a coma for 19 days. I didn't know that just 19 days you can lose all this motherfucking muscle. I lost 95 pounds. In 19 days, I lost 95 pounds. So your body goes through a lot of changes. Some people never, get back, especially for an athlete. Your body might not ever be the same. That's why guys like Danny Jacobs are called the Miracle Man. Pritchard Colon was put into a coma. He had to be actually, I'm trying to figure out if he was put into a coma. I remember he passed out in the back. I don't remember if they put him into a coma. Did you have assistance? Fuck no. It felt like I was in another world. I really thought I was alive and shit until I woke up. Not when I woke up, but when I realized, like when I was finally able to talk, because I couldn't talk. And they told me, they was like, yo, ain't nobody trying to kill you. You wasn't in no jail. You wasn't nowhere. Your ass was here asleep for 19 days that whole time. And I was like, what the fuck? So my mind was blown. Like my shit was like, poof, like what the fuck? No, it's not sleep. I can't put it into words. Like you can't describe it. It's not sleep. It's not sleep. It is not sleep. Trust me. It is not sleep. It's like you're in motherfucking limbo or some shit. Do you feel hungry? I understand y'all got questions and everything, but it's the questions y'all going to ask. Or were you hungry? No, I was pissed off. You're going to be pissed. Because you wake up confused and you strapped down. You can't move. You're going to be pissed. People coming in, wiping your ass and shit. Did it change how you feel about death? Yeah. I know that I'm not like, how can I put it? You look at life differently. That's why I do things the way I do them now in regards to, as long as I'm not violating anybody or upsetting anybody or, like nobody's fucking with me. I'm going to live my life, And even when it came to the way I handled the credential issue, it was like, listen, we ain't doing nothing wrong. You don't understand. I almost died over this shit earlier this year. I'm not here to be motherfucking taking no pictures with boxers and all that shit. We're here to report the news. So you do handle shit differently because you come out like with like a feeling like you kind of afraid of shit, but you also are in a situation where you notice I handle shit differently. Like you're not mad. You're like, how can I put it? Like you want to prove people wrong. Yeah, all your legs, everything gets skinny as shit. Mostly your legs. Like my feet was just bones. I didn't know that shit can happen in like a little bit of time. That shit was 19 days. How the fuck you lose 100 pounds in 19 days? I know I can cut weight though. I just have to go into a coma for a few weeks. But I can cut weight. But no, I do not wish it on anybody. It's the worst experience I've ever had in my life. Fucking son of a bitch was chasing me around and shit. Fucking assassin. So imagine, right, you in another world and all of a sudden you got some fucking asshole assassin chasing you around for 3 weeks. So I thought he had finally got me and I survived and I woke up in the hospital. And that's why I was in the hospital, because this fucking assassin asshole had got me. But turns out I was asleep the whole time. You know, I was asleep the whole time. Fucking bastard. I was still having nightmares about that son of a bitch when I came home. I was still having nightmares about that son of a bitch. Yeah, that shit was scary as shit. So finally, my mom and a therapist come in and tell me like, yo, nobody came in here to try to kill you. What the fuck is you on? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with nobody came in here to try to kill you? No, I was in a whole nother world. So I was in a whole nother world. I was in a whole nother world. So I can't tell you, you know, like how long it felt. Like I was living life and shit, like pissed off. Like I was like, why the fuck is this motherfucker trying to kill me? I remember sitting on my bed upstairs because I was going to do a block of videos. I came down here, then I realized, I was like, all right, let me go, I finished some paperwork, and I said, I'm going to go take a shower, sat on my bed, all of a sudden I couldn't move, called the ambulance, my pop let him in, and I'm just sitting like, I can't breathe. Next thing I know, I'm driving back from the hospital. Mind you, all this is when I cross over to the dream world or some shit. I'm driving back from the hospital, should have known something was fucked up, because I wasn't driving at the time. Driving back from the hospital, cops pull me over, I get locked up because my license was suspended. Then I end up in this fucking jail because my license is suspended. I ain't have the money to bail out. And then that's when this fucking assassin asshole, you know, starts some shit with me because I curse out some girl CEO or some crazy ass shit. It was vivid as fuck. It was vivid. It was yes, surreal. That shit. It was crazy as shit. So what happened was, I'm thinking that like when I come to in the hospital, this was February the 25th of this year. I'm thinking that I woke up in the hospital because they fucked me up in jail and tried to strangle my ass. I didn't find out till a whole week later after being paranoid in the hospital because I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I had a tube in my throat and some other a whole bunch of other shit going on. And I'm paralyzed. So finally, when they give me the trach, the piece to talk, I'm like, what the fuck? They tried to fucking kill me. What the fuck? Pissed. And then the therapist come in like and tell me like, yo, that shit was all a dream. And then I started putting shit together and I was like, motherfuckers. I was pissed. Because then that's when I was able to put things together and was like, oh shit, I was in a motherfucking coma. What the fuck? So yeah, none of that shit didn't even happen. None of that shit happened. I was pissed. I was pissed when I found out. You know? So yeah, in the coma, I'm fighting off motherfuckers and shit. So in theory, you know, religious people was telling me, you was fighting off death. You're a survivor. Those assassins was death and all that shit. And I was thinking like, probably. But he was a fucking asshole. Like, because I remember he tried to strangle me in the hospital because I had an asthma attack. Then when I got locked up, the fucking bastard tried to strangle me. Then when we booked, it's like this Mexican standoff type shit. And I'm like, how they book this motherfucker too? Like I was like, what the fuck? Like that shit was crazy. So yeah, that Coma shit, man, that shit ain't no joke. That shit is not a joke. That shit is not a joke. And also what it does to your body. But in the Adonis Stevenson case, I mean, you gotta, like, from what I know, that shit is not cool. Nothing. There's no other news. He's in the hospital. Adonis Stevenson is in the hospital right now in the intensive care unit. Anything in the ICU is no good. That means, and if you're in the ICU, that means you're fighting for your life or some shit. No, they had to they did paralyze me. They paralyzed me because I kept moving around and shit. I had a procedure called, it's a rare form of life support called ECMO. It's where they suck all the blood out of your body into a machine, clean it, and then cycle it back in. So this is how I got this big incision right here. Is this one, the machine was connected and it goes into your arteries and your lungs and it bypasses your heart and your lungs. So basically, they had to paralyze me because I'm moving around, because I'm fighting inside of my head. So I'm moving around and shit. So they had to paralyze me so I wouldn't pull the shit out where I was a dead man. So crazy. Yeah, remember Magomed Abadu Sulamov that fought Mike Perez all those years back? Yeah, it was a big ass tube. I showed the picture before. Big ass tube. It was two tubes, but they were connected. So one of them has like clean blood, and the other one has like this gunk blood coming out of my fucking shit. I was sick for motherfucking 10 years. People was laughing at me and thought I was joking and shit. I was really, really fucked up. And the blood would be circulated into the machine, cleaned and heated, and then put back into my body through like my groins. I got another incision like right down here. Crazy shit when I found out. Crazy shit. So you can't have that procedure awake. So that's why I was motherfucking fucked up. That's why they had to put me under. They put me under, but saved my life. Saved my life. I've been on a helicopter and everything. Never been on a helicopter before. Well, I was, but I don't remember it. Saved my life. In the case of Adonis Stevenson, to be honest with you guys, I got to tell you, it's not looking good. Like, you know, like from the details, like when you're in the ICU, you're put into a coma, you know, it's usually to stop your brain from being damaged. It's usually to stop your brain from being damaged. I had full respiratory failure. They couldn't get me breathing. My lungs stopped working. But he took a lot of hard shots to the head, and I'm guessing that maybe it's a brain bleed. You see what I'm saying? I woke it up punching a wall. Yeah, that shit's scary, man. That's just like Pritchard Cologne. That shit's scary, man. And I did that shit by myself. No girl, no nothing. However, CBD oil did help me. I do admit that. People kept telling me to get it. And I do admit it did help me. That's why I was so pissed at my, I ain't even going to brain swelling. Yes, brain swelling. You know, that's crazy. So I was upset earlier that Showtime had took my video down. I'm wondering if that's the reason why. I'm going to delete that shit myself. I deleted the Pritchard Cologne video.